Yeah, no, I love them. Absolutely. Yeah, how about motorcycles?
I don't fuck with them. I was about to get one.
Joe Rogan and his guests talk about motorcycles, but things take a chilling turn when the conversation shifts to something much more terrifying. A classic Rogan moment. Casual conversation flips into something intense. We're about to hear a story that'll make you think twice about sleeping alone.
I had took a bunch of lessons, and I was going for my license, and then 2 friends wiped out.
Well.
Yeah, and got pretty significant accidents. And one guy that I know got hit by a car by an old man who ran a red light and T-boned him and sent him flying through the air and snapped his femur.
No, that would turn you off. I've been riding since I was 19, and
you ride in L.A.?
I can ride anywhere, but I prefer to ride in the country up north in Canada, where I'm living.
Is that where you live these days?
Half and half here, half there, kind of.
LA,
a little more in the States because of the travel with the band and that. But I'm there with my dad in Canada a lot, and we have the old family farm. But
the guest describes his family farm, where strange residual energy lingers. People hear footsteps, voices, and even doors closing by themselves. This is where the tension starts. A classic haunted house tale. But this isn't just folklore. Real people have felt and heard things in this place. The kind of story that stays with you.
With the haunted farmhouse, and I've got a book for you. Well, let me say that there's residual energy from the people who've lived there in the past. So you hear footsteps and voices and creaks and doors closing and that, and many people have had experiences in it. So
there's a reason why people don't want to live in a house where people were murdered.
No one was killed in that farmhouse, but many people passed there.
But even that, that weirds people out. But absolutely, if you have a house where people were murdered, and this is why there's laws, you have to divulge.
I did. I had to divulge.
Did you?
It wasn't because of a murder, but when I sold our house in Los Angeles, we lived in Mama Cass's old estate on Woodrow Wilson Drive, and we sold it to Beverly D'Angelo, and she's been on the Celebrity Ghost Show talking about the spirits that were in that house.
What happens?
Jewelry will hop around on the table, shapes will be seen, you'll feel a touch in the shoulder, that kind of thing. The staff felt it. And I had an experience one night where something got into bed with me. I was alone. I don't know what went on there, but I just figured out. Well, in my
you fucked a ghost?
I think I was being come on to there, but anyway,
this is a YouTube clip.
One night, I wasn't alone. The guest describes a chilling moment where he felt a weight press into the mattress beside him, saw the indentation, and sensed a figure lying next to him. This is peak horror. He sees the depression in the mattress. He feels something next, to him, and instead of freaking out, he just rolls over and sleeps. What? The confidence, the calmness. This man is built different.
Right now, Dan Aykroyd fucked a ghost.
Well, or it did try to come on to me, and I didn't refuse its. So
you resisted?
Wanton. You know what? I just snuggled up next to it and went to sleep.
You spooned with it.
I did. I felt a shape. I looked and saw the depression. I saw the depression in the mattress, and I felt a shape, something next to me, felt a form next to me, and
Were you hammered?
I nuggled. No, not that night. I was working on a picture and went to bed early. But I was alone in the house.
You're laying alone in bed, and you're working on a film.
I'm lying there.
What film was it?
It was something that I'd been working down at Universal. I don't know, maybe Dragnet or something like that.
Okay. So you're working on Dragnet, you're lying in bed, and then there's like a weight next to you.
I feel a weight next to me. I turn and I look.
Like a person is laying in bed.
I saw the depression. There were two, yes, and there were two spirits that might have been there. Maybe Mama Cass herself, although she died in London. And then there was another guy that apparently, a rumor was he died of a drug overdose at a party, and they buried him in the hillside. And my daughter saw him walking with a little red-haired girl down the hall once, and
the house's previous owners had ghost stories of their own. Jewelry moving, unexplained touches, even a figure seen walking down the hallway. The fact that multiple people have experienced this, that makes it 100x scarier. It's one thing to hear a single spooky story, but when everyone in the house is seeing things, that's when you know something real is happening.
And, we think that he might have been there. But anyway, when we sold the house to Beverly, there was right in the California real estate document that we had to sign, by law, you have to divulge any unusual activity in the house. So I had to sign a clause in there that said, yes, at the beginning of our tenure in the house, we did have experience. Yeah. So she bought the house anyway. She's still there. She's very happy.
So you had to sign papers that said you had unusual activity.
If you sell a house in California, you will look in every real estate contract. There will be a clause that you must report
unusual
activity. So that is a state recognized.
What if you do acid in your house?
What's that?
What if you do acid in the house?
Well,
I'm going to tell you about some unusual activity.
Well, that's unusual activity that you're doing. That's not external. But the California, just that the state of California requires that in their real estate documents. It's pretty compelling evidence that there's something going on there.
Or compelling evidence that people are paranoid and they want people to
I think we can
protect
accept
them against
that ghosts and spirits also have reality. I think.
You think so?
I believe so.
So tell me about this thing. You're laying down in bed, so you're about to go to sleep.
I'm about to go to sleep, and
working
I feel,
on Dragnet, everything's good.
And I feel this depression. I feel this something. And
are you asleep yet?
Not asleep. No. I just turned out the light.
In California, sellers are legally required to disclose paranormal activity in a house. The guest had to sign paperwork confirming his ghostly encounters. This is wild. A legal clause for ghosts. This isn't just a haunted house story, it's a state-recognized phenomenon. Imagine buying a house and finding out you're not the only resident.
And I look and I see this depression, and then I go, well, what am I going to do about this? Am I going to leap up screaming? No. I rolled over and I just kind of snuggled up against it and went to sleep. And I slept like a baby. So
Sleep.
There's a scene in the Ghostbusters movie where I'm lying down in an old fort, and then this ghost hovers over me, and in the director's cut, I think the belt comes off and the pants come down. I think.
Whoa.
Yeah,
so
sex with ghosts.
You didn't get nervous?
I may have been so tired. I may have been so resolved and resigned. I thought, you know what? There's no point in panicking. There it is. Yeah.
Ghostbusters bedroom scene.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, jeez.
Look at you,
Okay.
handsome devil back there. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, pants.
Yeah. There you have it.
So that's you. You just accept it.
Yes, that's right. I just accepted it.
That's the way to go, man. I mean, why fight it? It's spiritual.
It's true. It's true.
So, did you smell it?
No smell. Just
You
the sense
felt the weight.
felt the weight and saw the depression, and then when
Did you feel anything on your body?
I did.
You
I
feel
felt a
presence?
form. Yes,
A
I did.
form.
I felt a form next to me when I snuggled up next
You didn't
to it.
push away?
I did not.
Did you push against?
I actually kind of wanted to see what it felt like, if there was something there, and I did feel something there. As
Did
if
it
another
feel feminine?
Joe brings up the infamous ghost scene from Ghostbusters, joking about the eerie similarities to this real-life experience. The full circle moment here is insane. A guy from Ghostbusters actually had a ghostly encounter? Life imitating art, or was it the other way around?
Or masculine?
It felt masculine, hard.
Oh, you were cuddling with a dude. Like a dead biker, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it was the guy who died in the hillside. I don't know.
Could be.
Well, I
Just
don't
wanted
know.
friendship.
They
say in the
male
old
or female.
days, They say in
Hey.
the old days, men used to just sleep together. They would just actually sleep, like not
Well,
like
there's Ed Davis and Abraham Lincoln were partners, and they were law partners, and they slept in the same bed many times
Yeah.
when they were on the road. Yeah,
Well, it's probably cold as fuck back then, and it was hard
you
to
bet.
keep the room
in that
heated.
part of the world. Yeah,
just have a couple blankets and
Sure.
stay heated together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you woke up in the morning, did you feel refreshed or violated?
I had slept beautifully. I woke
Yeah?
up and
Maybe better than ever?
pretty good. Yeah, and I told some people about the experience, and there were people that worked in the house and that were there, and then that lived and that knew there was something going on, but
They knew
nothing quite vivid.
you and a ghost had something happening?
After I told them, yeah.
So they knew something was going on.
Well, because they'd hear the Stairmaster going by itself. They'd hear-
The exercise? The ghost
Yeah.
exercise?
It apparently, yeah, and a hand on the shoulder, then the sighting my daughter had, then other little things like jewelry dancing on the table. We knew something was going on in that house.
Other house staff reported strange encounters, jewelry moving, a ghostly hand on the shoulder, a sighting by the guest's daughter. This wasn't a one-time event. At this point, it's no longer a question of if ghosts exist. It's about what they are and why they're here. Chilling, fascinating, and impossible to ignore. You wake up in the morning. You know something was there, but instead of fear, you feel refreshed. What would you do?